Got another little dump this morning. Trying to blame it on the freaking miners over in wherever the hell. One of the stands. Jakarta or Kazakhstan, I believe. To be honest. Some big miner got busted. It's all FUD. This is what's hilarious. That guy's hash rate goes down. Whoop! Somebody fills it immediately. I mean, it's ridiculous. People just don't understand how it works. They use it as FUD. It couldn't possibly be because there's more sellers than buyers. Oh, that's got nothing to do with it. I mean, God, let's keep it simple, right? Ridiculous. Smell. Get a little water in me here before I start ranting. It's one of them days. I'm gonna be ranting a little bit. Mm. Ah, all right. Yeah, let's pull the chair up to the desk here. Okay. So, Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Last time we spoke on Friday, right? It was before the new weekly candle. And I talked all week. What did I talk about all week? I talked about a certain number literally all week. It hit to the dollar within like $5. It hit and bounced from there. All right. Where was that? $40,600. Go back in the streams. I talked about it every fucking day of the week. Bitcoin's probably going to go down, hit 40.6, and bounce from there. Here's the bottom side. This pink line is the 68.3% Laplace distribution projection downside. It lined up perfectly last week with the 95.4 Laplace and the second standard deviation normal distribution. There was three different distribution levels, whether it be current candle or a projection that lined up within about $300 of each other. Bitcoin went down, hit the 95.4 Laplace within $5 and bounced. Now, what happened earlier in the day? Bitcoin dumped down below the 68.3 projection right here, pulled back up, right? What did we get down to? Yeah, 39.6. And at one time, what was the bounce we had? Let's see here. Whoops. There she. Oh, it's in the front. There we go. So we pumped down. We literally, when we got to the bottom. Oh God, this is Matic. Oh Matic. Dun, 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 dun. Perps. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So first off, on the daily, right? We opened up the new day. Right? We opened up the new day of the week, got a little bit above the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Now, all this happened in the middle of the night. Now, look, if you guys, what time was this? Yeah, it was getting pretty late. When all this action happened, I was already in bed. But look, when you go up, Bitcoin attempts to get up to the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range, hits the new 4-hour 68.3 Laplace, pulls back, closes inside the daily 68.3 Laplace. That's your first warning. Here's a second warning. Try it again on the next candle. Rejection. Next 15-minute candle closed above it. Now at this time, you're being patient. What's going to happen here? We're going to make a 1SD move. We're going to make a move up here to the bottom side of the weekly volatility range that has not been tested yet. Next 15-minute candle, we come down. Another wick rejection. Here is the daily volatility range. Tight, right? Real tight. This is what we're talking about here. Let me get a percentage. Let's get a percentage here. Alpha Traders. 0.2% range. Guys, that is telling you immediately Bitcoin is going to trend. What did it do? First, it trended to the downside. Then we had a massive bounce. 39.6 area all the way up to the top side of the 68.3 at 42.160. Hell of a bounce. Why? Well, there's algos down there. I'll show you here in a minute. They front ran the first standard deviation, normal distribution on the monthly chart. That's what got front ran by about $250, $300. But you can see another rejection off to 68.3. Let's go back to what I was talking about before. So we get these rejections. This 15-minute candle bounces off the center of the daily volatility range, tries to drop back down below it. The bulls are like, oh no, we're going to push back up above. Another wick rejection. Another wick rejection. Then we drop below the daily. Now we're rejecting off the top side of the daily range. That is enough warnings for me. If I'm literally awake, this second rejection here, when this 15-minute candle opened up, right, pumped up and rejected here, I'm in on this trade right here. It's a no-brainer. Boom. Where did we drop down to? Where did Bitcoin bounce from? Some magical fucking exponential moving average? No. The daily 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Bounced right up. The algos were right there. For all you guys trading traditional TA. I don't know what to tell you, man. This is why we use the distribution. And so when you bounce off the 95.4% Laplace distribution on the daily to the downside, get on stream chat. There we go. And then you reject off the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range, drop immediately down. Where's the bounce from? First standard deviation normal distribution. Front run it a little bit. Where did we just reject from again? The top side of the daily volatility range. Now, for all you alpha traders that are watching this video or watching live, I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know how powerful this chart is. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Here's what else. Let me see here. Let me throw this projection. Let's throw this projection down here where we bounced. 31 bars. Oh, got a dog on a bone over here. So on the pump, got outside in 99.7 Laplace distribution, right? Bitcoin is in any market, you're going to pull back inside there. There's only a 0.03% chance the data set's going to stay outside on this projection, right? So we pulled back in and not only bounced off this first standard deviation normal distribution on the daily, somewhat found support on top of the 95.4, and going into the end of this intraday trading, this is where we're at. We're up here above the projection from the pump off the 95.4 Laplace to the downside. That's what's happening right now on Bitcoin. I could talk about this chart all day to people. If you're watching this YouTube video, if you're watching Alpha Trading for the first time, you're going to look at this chart and your eyes are going to roll in the back of your head because you're not going to understand what you're looking at. I'll tell you what you're looking at. You're looking at price action volatility ranges for the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And you're looking at distribution levels of normal distribution and Laplace distribution, 4-hour and daily levels. That's what this chart is. And once you understand what you're looking at, all this makes sense. You know where these levels are at. So then immediately you're moving over to your volatility chart, right? You're moving over to the chart where you're going to be looking for divergences between price action and returns, price action and the Z-score of log returns. This is what you're looking for, right? Powerful. Let's see. What are we cooking? What am I on? A 4 hour? We're having trouble with this 9 length variance log moving average. You can see it right here. I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to look at this. We even got above perfect rejection off the 33 as well. A few times, 4 times reject off the 33 before we had this plunge. And then earlier, boom, we're underneath the 9. Had another plunge. Telling you right now, Bitcoin needs to get its ass back up above this 9 length log return variance log return moving average and start making its way back up to the top side. All right, the bears are trying to get a little bit of a grip on this market. Now, macro, let me put this on the index real quick so we get some better history. Guys, the Bitcoin chart on the monthly, come on, man. Come on. Bitcoin's bullish. Bitcoin's always been bullish. So when you get all this fear in the market, a real wealthy man one time said, buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own blood. Have we seen enough blood yet? Don't know. That's why we trade volatility, right? That's why we trade volatility and we trade the distribution levels. We don't care which way the market's going. We're going to get in on the right side of the trades. That's all that matters. I don't care what anybody says. It's all about P&L, right? And 95% of traders out there, their P&L is awful. And they will talk up a game, but those are the same people. They're never withdrawing from the exchanges. They're continually depositing because of their bad trading. The way they trade is just, oh my God, it's pathetic. Bad risk management strategies. They're using leverage. They're watching YouTube Jimmy. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on why they're bad traders. Now, this monthly 9 length variance log MA down there at 32.4. Are we going to hit there? I'm telling you right now, if this 40K level, let's go back over here. This is what I was talking about. Last week, I was talking about hitting this level, hit within $5. Alpha trading for the win. Nobody else was calling out that number. Everybody's throwing out all kinds of BS using data sets. Data sets are not support and resistance. These candles are being created by volatility. That's what they don't understand. And if there's powerful volatility in the works, those data sets don't mean shit. Bitcoin's going to blast right through them no matter which way it's going. These projection levels mean a hell of a lot. And I'm telling you right now, the bottom side of this projection, this is the 41K low back here. The bottom side of this projection right now is about 40,560. Telling you right now, mark my words. Take this to heart if you're watching this video. If we start closing daily candles below that area, this thing is probably going down. Let me flip back up on the monthly. Here's the monthly chart. This is the first standard deviation normal distribution, $39,350. Bitcoin got within about $275 of it and bounced. Telling you right now, we start closing candles below that 40.5 area on a daily basis going to the end of this month. And on top of that, especially if we close a daily candle below this monthly first standard deviation at 39,350, guys, we're going to 32. Mark my words. This fucking Bitcoin will be at $32,000, right? This isn't bullshit. And these are all probabilities. There's probabilities to both sides. You can see the chart. Doesn't matter if you're using projection levels or what you're using, right? There's probabilities to both sides. Guys, the volatility is to the downside right now. Volatility is to the downside. Let's back up here a little bit. Let's go to a weekly. I mean, even this weekly price action, what you're looking at right here, this is bullish. If you understand what you're looking at, this is bullish. Where is this 54? 37.5. 37.5. Okay, interesting. This is a volatility creates but these people that are out there pattern trading, they miss the whole point. They don't understand what's even creating these patterns in the first place. And this is why a lot of these patterns will break every which way but loose. Right? Patterns have a very low percentage of actually doing what people think they're going to do because volatility is what's creating these patterns. That volatility can shift in a heartbeat. It's what they don't understand. Like, oh my God, my pattern broke the wrong way. YouTube Jimmy said this is a bullish pattern. YouTube Jimmy said this is a bearish pattern. Over and over and over again. These grifters on YouTube, man. I'm not going to say any names. People know. One day they got fucking green sirens going on their thumbnails. Woo, big old. Next day, fucking red alert. We're dumping. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. They're never telling you about probabilities. They're not talking about volatility. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's why we do what we do. It's why we do what we do. So it's up to Bitcoin right now. We're talking about on a weekly. What else is going on a weekly? Show you what's going on. I was talking about this. Let me turn off 45-minute return line. There we go. I was talking about this last week. Let me turn off my, okay, spread this baby out. Let me show you what we're talking about here. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only kind of divergence that you should even give a shit about, right? This is the only div you should care about. And one thing we know at Alpha Trading, some of the biggest moves that happen in any market is when you have bull divergence on a high time frame and you get a bounce off the zero mean on your returns oscillator. I'm telling you right now, everything is set up for this thing to go back up to the top side. Does it have to? No, it doesn't have to. But I'm telling you, there is bull div on the weekly chart. Log return z-score and returns oscillator. And there's bull div. That's all I can say about that. So I would, right now, after this, I will be shocked if that 40, that 40.5K area doesn't hold with what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. Especially since this returns oscillator was down by the 99% confidence interval on the weekly, right? Ever since then, it's just been slowly grinding up, slowly grinding up. When we got this new week, that z-score log returns turned up. The returns oscillator bounced off the zero mean, turned up. Now we had this pullback in the middle of the night. We're going to have to see what happens. But price action follows returns. Okay. And now on this down move from the 70K high, what a great trade, right? What a great trade. $30,000 to the downside. Let's see what percentage. I can do it in my head. I already know. It's about 40%. 40 actually, about 42%. 42% move to the downside. What's the returns oscillator telling me right now? Hey, bears, the return on your investment you made on those shorts, it is diminishing. Take your profit if you haven't done so. This is why people get wrecked. Now, Bitcoin's a beast. I'm not saying this thing can't go to the downside. And I started the damn stream out giving you probabilities and telling you areas that if we do close some candles to the downside, this thing can go down. This thing can go down. But as of right now, going in, this is the first day of the week. We're about an hour and a half away from close. There is bold divergence on this macro time frame on the daily. We've got the fissure. We've got the 9 length down below the second standard deviation, right? We've got the 3 length up above the first standard deviation. What's going to happen with this fissure? We're about to find out. I'll tell you that right now. Now, we've got the Shannon entropy percentile expanding negatively correlated. That's not good news for the bulls. We have contracting volatility on the low length AVR, positively correlated. Not good news for the bulls. The Gaussian mean is at $46,534 on a weekly. We got to get back up above this Gaussian mean, right? That I'm saying that right off the bat. Let me see something. What's his 68.3? 50,400 on the monthly. What about this new weekly? Let's check out this new weekly. Okay, let's see here. What's first standard deviation? $45,600. All right, so pretty much about the same area where the weekly Gaussian mean is. So Bitcoin needs to get up. Get up. I mean, this week, if Bitcoin can climb out of this hole, $4,000, we could be having a reversal here. What is divergence? Number one, people that don't understand what divergence is. It's not easy at first, but once you study it, you should be able to recognize it on the charts, right? I'm a freak about it. I can look at a chart, I can tell you the divergence within 1 second, what's happening on any time frame, right? You have your regular bull and bear divergence. You have hidden bear and bull divergence. Regular divergence is trend changing divergence. Hidden bullish and bearish divergence is continuation divergence. On the weekly chart right now, we're seeing trend changing divergence. The trend is down. So if this bull div plays out, we're going to see a trend change back to the top side. Let's see if it plays out. That's all I can say about that. That's all I can say about that. Now let's go into your day here. Let's see what's happening. Already talked about high time frames. And another thing I did see, let me pop this on a 5-day real quick. I can adjust it. Yep. So earlier in the day on the 5-day chart, we dropped below the reverse fissure. That's this purple dotted line right here, right? We dropped below this reverse fissure. It immediately pulled back up inside. The reverse fissure, $41,403 on Bitcoin on the 5-day chart. We dipped down 39,633. It immediately pulled back up above that reverse fissure. It's a powerful support level. If we're talking about resistance and support, for God's sakes, understand volatility. Understand this reverse fissure and reverse wave trend. They're very powerful tools. It's part of the alpha trading system, by the way. Link to our Discord is in the description of all our videos. Go to the shop channel, look at the different levels of our alpha trading Discord where you can access the alpha trading system. Okay, let's see here. That's what I wanted to show. Now let's go intraday, or actually, let me just see on the 3-day. The correlation for the entropy on the 3-day, boy, it really wanted to go into trend. Correlation's flashing right now, guys. We usually, when you get a correlation flash like this, look out, because at some point you're going to have an explosion. You're going to go into trend. Last time it happened on the 3-day, entropy went into trend. Correlation increased to the upside. We had the move from where? 41 to 70, $30,000 almost to the top side. So on these higher time frames as alpha traders, all right, if you're trading these high time frames, you're waiting to see Bitcoin go into trend. That's what's so powerful about entropy, right? It's going to tell you, is the market random or is it in trend? And if we pop up here on the weekly one more time, the last time Bitcoin was in trend on the weekly, guys, we went from about $9,000 to 65. Hell of a move. All this right here. Bitcoin was trending to the top side. Entropy drops in the trend. Nice bright blue color on top, telling you the correlation is to the top side. Now, this entire, literally, since that time, since that first 65K high, Bitcoin has been random. The market has been totally random. All this price action is random. No trend at all. None. All random. But you can have random price, you can have random entropy and still trend to the top side. We did, right? We had this little wave up, back up to like that was the pump up to 52, the pullback, then the run up, to 67 first, a tiny pullback, run up to 70, pullback to where we are now, about 42% to be exact. All right, so it was a 3-day. Let me go to the 2-day. 2-day actually started trending to the downside. Hell, we see it. Look at the blue candles, right? The last time we trended on the 2-day was a massive move to the top side from the 41K low to 65 or 67, beg my pardon. So it started trending again. It got below this first standard error band. Looks like it bounced off the second one, started trending to the downside, but it's decreasing. The correlation's decreasing. That's why you're seeing a darker color. But I'm telling you right now, this 2-day stays in trend. When did we get a new 2-day candle here? Today, I believe. Today, 10th? Yep. Get a new 2-day candle today. Let's see something here on this 2-day. Okay, once again, on the 2-day. Whoop. Need my little, there you go. Oh, you knucklehead. That's what I want. Trend line, baby. A trend line. Notes on DLP. That is the 9 line, or yeah, that is the 9 line. We building it on the turn oscillator. Week. Okay, so we got actually it's there. So there's bull div on the 2-day as well. Right? Bull div on the 2-day as well. This log return Z score got so far outside on this dump of the 99% confidence interval. Usually when you get above these levels, below these levels, you're going to see it make its way back up to the other side. And now on the 2-day, we're printing this bull div. It's building on the Fisher, building on the deviation log pro, building on the log return Z score, bouncing off the 90% confidence interval. So there's some bull div on these higher time frames. It's definitely bull div. But this entropy, right? Now the entropy percentile is contracting here. It's starting to head back up into positive correlation. So is what you want to see. If this thing's going to continue to head back into positive correlation, you're going to want to see this new 2-day entropy percentile candle expand. We don't want to see it continue. If we get more contraction and it heads up into positive correlation, price action is going to continue to walk down. Just like we had expansion here, significantly negatively correlated. Whoop, price coming down, entropy trending to the downside. Correlation of historical volatility Z score flat heading up, price action walking down. Everybody that knows alpha trading knows how all this works. This is what's happening here. Little bit of expansion on the volatility, negatively correlated. right? First it was contracting from up here, positively correlated, walking down. Then this last 2 day candle, negative with a little bit of expansion. I'm telling you right now, volatility is really low. 3 day low. Everything's low. 5 day. 5 day, and of course, this whole move to the downside, 5 day contraction, positively correlated. Let's look at the daily. And of course, I mean, bull div on the daily, man. But now you got the returns oscillator getting to the top side. And so that bull div, right? We had these 2 days of up, and then this candle sucking up. But what's it creating now on the returns oscillator? Hidden bear divergence. But you've got this 9 leg fissure so outside this third standard deviation. And you've got the deviation log pro from way back here from the dump still creating more stabs of bear or bull div. Returns oscillator from way back here, right? Still, oh, look at all these higher lows. There's a shit ton of them. There's still bull div being built all over the place. So, and I was talking to MJ right before the stream saying, I'm telling you right now, when Bitcoin finds its bottom, this thing's gonna rocket ship out of this hole so fast. It's already the market. Go into any Discord right now and read everybody. God, man, it is a shit show. People are just have no clue what's going on. Everybody's talking about they're being wrecked. Everybody's depressed. It's because they don't trade volatility. They're always on the wrong side of trades. They don't get out of trades, right? They're just sitting in shit coins while they go down. What the hell is wrong with people? Do you guys know what a stable coin is? All the exchanges have them. If you can't trade, if you can't trade on exchanges, right? That literally you can long and short. You guys go into stable coins for Christ's sake. You don't have to short, but you can damn sure get out of a position. And when Bitcoin or whatever coin you're trading finds a bottom, get back in. But no, they just sit in it because they're emotionally attached to their trades, going, oh, my shit coin, it's the best ever. I'm in it for the tech. Woohoo! Shit, man. It's a riot. It's so funny. I need an almond. Trader Joe's, of course. Oh boy. Got all the dogs looking at me. I know I'm nuts. The daily. All right. A correlation of the entropy. It's decreasing. But right now, you've got this daily volatility starting to expand, negatively correlated. Now, all this can change around. Look at the correlation of the entropy percentile heading into negative correlation, expanding. The bulls need to step in there and switch this crap up, right? Entropy is the most powerful tool we have because you want to know when we're going into trend. I'm telling you, this red can flip green in 1 day and drop back into trend. You'll see a powerful ass move to the top side. Even short-term DLP on the daily. There's bull div, right? Even short-term. And this returns oscillator, it can go high. Right? Look at this. I mean, we're down here. Look at the return. I mean, there's room for this bitch to run. Trust me. If this thing wants to go to the upside on that bull div, it can. But I'm telling you right now, there's hidden bear div being built. And that hidden bear div is still going to be there until Bitcoin gets back up above about 48K, 47.7 area. These price action candles need to get above, right? Need to get above the status set, or there's still going to be hidden bear diversions. Drop down into intraday 4-hour chart. Now we've got the Z score on the 4-hour, right? This whole move from the downside down there at 39.6 and this pop back out, Z score of log returns had an outlier. Whoop! Popped right the hell out of there. Coming off of what? Let's see here. Yep. Hidden bull div. Low, lower low. Low, higher low. Doesn't matter. Anybody out there that throw the wicks out, turn your wicks off. People get so damn confused. It's candle closes, right? Candle closes. That's what you want to look for in divergence, not wicks. Let's see. But now, like on the 4 hour, we're getting this DLP back up above. But hell, we did here too. Right? And whoop, drops right back down. But all this bull div on the 4 hour from this big dump right here was building, building, building. At some point, man, some point, Bitcoin. Come on. Let's go. LFG, all capitals. You drop down to the 90-minute, right? This pop out of the hole, entropy percentile expanding. Now, this big pullback candle right here, right? You can see it went negatively correlated right here. But then we finish this move to the top side, positive correlation again. It's how this entropy percentile. I mean, see the move up here? Entropy percentile expanding, positively correlated. Comes back down. Why does it come back down? Well, let's see. Right about at the top here, bingo, it continued to expand, negatively correlated. Then it starts contracting, positively correlated. You can see the stuff real good. You go on the real low time frames, it's amazing what these things can do, these tools can do for you. If you're a low time frame volatility scalper, good stuff. Oh, Bitcoin, what you gonna do? Time is it? Holy shit. Just taking a peek real quick at some stuff. Okay. Here on a daily. Turn off this freaking projection here. Quick. Whoops. Turn on the wrong one. There it is. And rejected right off this reverse wave trend right here. Continue this move to the downside. 100%. Right, we had this big dip. Look, we just had that pump back up to what was it again? Like 42.2. Rejected right off this 9 length variance log in May. Last 2 daily candles rejected up to the dollar off of it. At this continuation of the downside here. Then a pop back up, rejected. Bitcoin on the daily needs to get back up above this level. Percent. If we want to see any upside, in my opinion, we're getting close. People aren't stupid. All right. People aren't stupid. I'm not saying this thing can't crash more, but at some point, man, these institutional investors, especially, what's their number? Right. It's a no brainer what's going on. Bottom line is there's more sellers than buyers. Right. That's all that's going on. At some point, there's going to be more buyers than sellers. Those algorithms are going to turn on the buy mode, and this thing is going to pump like crazy. Happens all the time, especially in crypto land. But one thing, right? What's going on in traditional markets? They got wrecked in the beginning of the day. They pulled back. I mean, they pulled back strong. I don't know if you saw earlier today how bad they were down. Woo, SPY only ended up being down 0.5 per or 0.58. Right? We're talking cents, right? Not dollars. 0.12% down. That's all. But it was literally down. God, was it $8 or something early in the day? NASDAQ was down like 500. But I mean, hell, it's up right now. The minis up $34 right now. Traditional markets pulled the hell out of the hole. And I'm telling you right now, you can go if you have a Pearson correlation, correlate Bitcoin and SPY, Bitcoin and NASDAQ. I'm telling you, man, they are correlated. These things are moving together, which even tells you more. People in traditional markets, the institutional investors, the high frequency trading firms, their algorithms that are trading those markets, they're in this game and they have been. These things are highly correlated. Now, let's go over, let's check out. Ethereum is a gas scam shitcoin, in my opinion. We're not even going to give it any credit. Um, wow, what a sale on Solana. I mean, guys, sale. There's a sale on crypto. I don't know if this is the bottom or not, but at some point when it is, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Matic. These blue chip alts are just going to explode. All the NFTs and shit going on these, that they're powerful platforms. But a lot of people don't realize, man, this entire industry is a baby. Growing pains, man. Growing pains. Just be thankful we have these developers out there and these coders that are just pushing and pushing and pushing the envelope, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, trying to fix all these problems. So, if we're on the 45-minute, if we're talking about volatility, creating these patterns, what are we looking at here? All right? The selling's been decreasing on this 45-minute, right? The selling has been decreasing. And on these high time frames with the bull div, it's like, all you bulls, go pray to Bull Jesus, all right? Tell Bull Jesus about divergence between returns and price action. I think that's the first time I worked Bull Jesus into one of my YouTube videos. So if you're in communication with old Bull Jesus, explain to him about the divergence between returns and price action, and that on macro time frames on Bitcoin, there is Bull Div. Tell him to strike down those bears with thunder and lightning. Oh yeah, going up the rails now. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. I like this 45-minute chart intraday. We could have a nice pop here going into this new day. We really could. Let me take one more peek at the 90. Be nice to see this returns oscillator on the 90 get a nice bounce here. All right. If we see the return oscillator get a nice bounce off the zero mean going into this new day, it's creating hidden bull divergence. All right. Got higher lows. This will be a lower low and a bounce off the zero mean going into the new day. If that happens, then I'm going to pop up here. So 9-minute intraday. I'm going to have to get some new deviation levels on the new daily chart. But if that were to happen on a 90-minute, I would imagine Bitcoin at some point is going to probably push to the center of this weekly range, 43.3 area. That hidden bull div on the 90-minute going into the new intraday here in about an hour and 15 minutes, however long we got, could push Bitcoin up there. But of course, we got to get by the bottom side of this weekly volatility, price action volatility range. All right, it's not a super tight weekly, but hey, tight enough. Then we have got the weekly R1 up at about 46. We've got the bottom of the monthly range is up here at 47,630. That is the bottom of the monthly range. Let's go back here real quick. Let me see something. There was the test of the monthly range right there, right? back on the 4th. Let's see if we even got any higher than that. Yeah, full test right there. Full test right there on the 3rd. That's what you always want to look for. Even did you see the bottom of that monthly range immediately from the beginning of the month was rejecting. That's pretty much telling you, hey, still more sellers than buyers. Let's get our heads out of our butts. Back this up. Oh, there you are, Bitcoin. Yeah, you're at the bottom down there, aren't you, baby? It's okay. Okay, now do what I wanted to do here. I want to go check out Matic. Give a shit less about Ethereum. You always notice I never mention Ethereum because it's a gas scam, man. Wake up. Do you know how many Ethereum bulls are sick and tired of all the gas fees that are moving over to Solana and Cardano and Matic and fucking Avalanche and all these other platforms, especially the NFTs? The NFTs. These people in Ethereum NFTs, they're stuck in them. They're stuck in them. It's incredible. You got to pay in just stupid amount of gas to even get out. It's super horrible. Now Matic right now is back up inside at 68.3, right? Daily Laplace distribution range. And you can see even on Matic, right? Matic in the beginning of the day tried to get up here at the top side of 68.3, rejected. Of course, everything's going to follow Bitcoin. We already know that. So it's a known fact. But I go into these other discords and I see people, why is my coin dropping? Why is this going down? It's like just and they're the wind generation, right? I coined that term earlier in a Discord. The wind generation. They do not understand investing or trading at all. It's incredible. Self entitlement. I want it now. And they definitely don't understand that this entire crypto market's going to follow Bitcoin. And that the bottom line, let's keep it simple. Why is your shitcoin gaming token going down? Number one, because Bitcoin's going down. Number two, because there's more sellers than buyers. Don't complicate it. Get the hell out of your position. Stop FOMOing into shit and then being emotionally attached to your trade and going, no, man, these people said that we're going to the moon. Then you see him crying. And you see him crying in these discords and on Twitter, man. It's just a riot. I just laugh. I'm sure everybody has seen him. Okay, so that's what Matic did. I want to see Matic's daily. Same thing on Matic on the 90-minute. Like what I'm seeing here. And this is good too. I mean, we've got a lot of expansion on the intraday on the 90-minute chart on Matic, significantly positively correlated to ride this thing back up from the lows, right? If this thing contract and goes into negative correlation, good stuff. Especially if you see this entropy on the 90 minutes start dropping down into trend and go into positive correlation, right? We're flashing here as well. If you see the historical volatility z-score continue to rise and go into positive correlation, the volatility is contracting negatively correlated. That's good. The thing is right here on the intraday, right? Matic is definitely built up some hidden bear div. So how much does this play out? We'll find out very shortly. But at the same time, is what can happen. Yeah, this is a little different than Bitcoins. It's really not going to be able to set up any hidden bull, but I do like these fishers heading up. No bear div on the DLP either. Matic's 4-hour look like. I like the returns oscillator. Break this zero mean on the 4-hour, start climbing. But we got a data set point right here, right? So it's going to start building some hidden bear unless Matic gets back up above about $2.15. The Z score is really high. Log return Z score is really high. So Could have a short-term little pullback here on Matic. We'll see going into the new day. Like I said, I mean, this Z-score, this thing can continue up. We could have a little pullback and it can bounce on the top of one of these confidence intervals back up. We'll have to see how this plays out. 12-hour. Yeah, 12-hour definitely setting up. The 12-hour was setting up hidden bear div. Lower highs, higher highs. Fish are still going up, and same time, 12-hour chart building bull div. Volatility contracting, negatively correlated. Good stuff. We do not want to see this continue to build correlation to the downside as this entropy is dropping. But the Shannon entropy percentile is contracting negatively correlated. Then you go to a daily, and like I said, just like Bitcoin, I mean, the log return Z score is down on this downside, and these fissures are way low, bouncing down here. And there is a ton of bull div that's been building on the returns oscillator. Right, this thing could even come down, build another stab, and bounce off the zero mean. At some point here, Bitcoin's going to find a bottom. Though this market's going to come out of the hole, or fuck it, we're going to 20K. But as a volatility trader, we take it one deviation level at a time. We get a new daily chart every day. We get a new weekly every weekly. We're going to look at deviation levels. We're going to see what has been broken. It gives a volatility trader a good idea. What are the algos doing? The algos are the ones that are pushing the market around. If you don't understand what they're doing, how the hell are you going to trade the market? There's people out there that are going to tell you, oh, these algorithms are being programmed with Fibonacci levels or the 200 EMA. I mean, God, guys, they're full of shit. Trust me, they're full of shit. Ask any quant trader what they are programming their algos with. First off, they're probably not even going to tell you, but I guarantee you they're going to tell you it's probabilities, distribution probabilities, things of that nature, 100%. They can tell because they always bounce right at those levels. We don't have to dig very deep. That's where they're bouncing or rejecting from every freaking time. Every freaking time. So, LFG, all capitals, let's rock and roll. Come on, crypto. Get the hell out of the hole. Jump up even higher on Matic today. See if anything sticks out. I mean, we're up here right now, right? I mean, this whole time volatility contracted, positively correlated. It's flat right now, negatively correlated. So we got a little pop on this candle. But if this contracts negatively correlated, heading into negative correlation, we might see a little walk to the upside. But if it expands going down into negative correlation, it's going to be a boom, boom. Look at the variance had an outlier earlier on Matic, right? When Matic was up here at about two. Actually, we'll go to that candle when the outlier $2.46 started having an outlier on the 2-day to the downside. 246 down to about $1.92. Hell of a trade. What is that? Crying out loud. 20%? 20% move to the downside? Yeah, 250 to 2. 20% move to the downside. I've seen some real interesting math lately on these discords too, where it's just like, what in the hell are these people talking about? Like there's this one NFT to be example. If you hold 100,000 tokens of this certain token, because they do token drops, it's a DEX. And this guy's like, well, it says in the white paper, if you hold 100,000 tokens, you get 0.1% of the drops. And if you hold the NFT, you get 0.05% of the drops. So holding, what do they say? Holding 10 of the NFTs is like holding one or holding 100,000 tokens. I'm like, you need to redo your math, son. Everybody was laughing. I'm like, what the hell? What is wrong with these people? It's like two cards per 100,000 tokens. It's pretty simple math. Holy shit. But of course, they're dumbing down, right? They're dumbing down all these kids in the schools, literally getting rid of F's and D's and shit. Everybody's the same. As long as you know 2 plus 2 is chicken, we'll pass you. It's a crime what's going on in this world, especially with math. It's like, holy shit. All the mathematicians are just shaking their head going, oh shit, we're heading to I don't know where we're heading, but it's not good. Horrible. 3-day returns oscillator, or yeah, 3-day returns oscillator on Matic. High time frame, hidden bull div. Hasn't set yet. Got this. If this is a bottom right here, if this new, when do we get a 3-day candle? The 12th. Yeah, this is the first day of the 3-day candle. So say this pulls up and even turns into a bullish 3-day candle here. Could be good. Could be good. Could be good. Going into the end of this stream though, I am popping back over to Bitcoin. We're gonna get down here on the 15-minute because it's definitely dropping again. No, hidden little wheat bear, kitten bear, no bear div on. Yeah, from right here, yes, little hidden bear in the 15 minutes going into the end of the day here. This last hour, this baby could pull back a little bit, especially we're back below this Gaussian mean. We did get up to the 99% confidence interval on this log return Z score. It's usually going to make its way back down. Both the Fishers and the higher time frame 45 heading down. On this back on Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe we end up closing back down here by the 68.3, 41.3 area, something like that. But from what I'm seeing, especially on these high time frames, I mean, it's just calling for it. Now, I'm not saying this could be the literal trend change. I mean, hell, this thing could go to 52 and dump back out again, crying out loud. But telling you right now, let me see something quick I didn't talk about. Let's go up here on the 4-hour. Guys, I'll say on this 4-hour, right? Look at the APPs. Right. That's the white and blue lines, 3 different lengths. Man, there is a lot of seller exhaustion. Tons, tons of seller exhaustion going on. Big time. See if that's rolled up another 12-hour yet. How low they are. I mean, guys, the 12-hour, right? We don't have the 400 length down there, but you've got the 36 and 81 down here. A lot of seller exhaustion. Entropy's climbing back up into randomness, losing its correlation to the downside. And like I said, even on the 12-hour, DLP, bull div, returns oscillator, bull div, variance is way down here at the 0 level. This thing's going to pop. When it gets down here, usually you're going to get a pop in variance. We just got to wait to see, is it going to have an outlier? Is it going to be negatively or positively correlated? Is a returns oscillator building this bull div on the 12 hours? Is it going to bounce here? Is it going to turn up right now and not even bounce off the 0 mean? The Fishers are heading up. That big dump we had on this last 12-hour candle, that turned those babies back down, but that can change real quick. We got it. This entropy percentile on the 12-hour has to expand from here. Now, it doesn't have to go all the way low to expand. It helps because it's on the horizon, right? But it can expand from here. If this contracts another couple 12-hour candles at the bottom and stays positively correlated, the price will walk down. 36.8. It's a first standard deviation band. The daily, what time is it? Oh yeah, we're about overdue. Yeah. Same with the daily. We got the 36 and 81 length APP. There is seller exhaustion, man. At some point, these sellers, they're gonna be done. You only sell so much damn Bitcoin. right? Before this thing flips around. And like I said before, I mean, there's bull div. There's bull div. There's still bull div being built on the daily returns also, or a daily log return Z score. Crying out loud. The correlation for the historical volatility Z score is heading positive, breaking the zero threshold here. It's kind of on this day, on the end of this day, probably. We need this Z score to go to the top side. A powerful move. You're going to see a bright blue candle on this entropy and the entropy or the entropy correlation. Then maybe we go back down in the trend, get outside of the second standard or second standard error band. But we're going to have to go back into positive correlation because you can see the entropy percentile, right, starting to expand in the daily. Remember, on the 12-hour, it was still contracting. But just like here, right, that's about where on that 12-hour that Shannon entropy percentile was. It didn't fully contract. Now it's expanding again. We got to get this going back up, positively correlated to get this thing turned around, at least for a short-term bounce. And then we'll get some like first standard deviation level, the top side, maybe 95.4 Laplace distribution of the top side on the new daily. And we'll get a little idea of what's going on with this market at the close in an hour. Oh, show. But all that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics. Saying in our Discord, we love to teach people to do the same. The link to the Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out. Take a peek in the shop channel. We got 2 different levels of our Discord to get you access to the Alpha Trading system. Right? Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. Don't just come in, take a peek, and I'm not interested. If you're watching this video, look, volatility, probability, and statistics is the way to trade these markets. Bottom line, I don't care what anybody says. We're a very small group of people that understand this, but we're always on the right side of the trades. That's what you got to figure out. We're always on the right side of the trades. We're not sitting here watching YouTube Jimmy, and I'm not a YouTube Jimmy, damn it. You can watch me. I'm going to give you probabilities to both sides. I'm going to tell you if there's divergence between returns and price action. I'm going to tell you if the market's trending or it's random. That's what we try to do for people. So give it a chance, right? Break your mold that you've been in. Come see Alpha Trading. I want to thank everybody that was watch live in the Discord, and we will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys.